I'm Tyler Robertson, and this is Gamepad. N7 Day has come and gone, and Monday brought with it a few new looks and new information on the upcoming Mass Effect Andromeda. 2 short trailers were released, one cinematic and one that's story and setup driven. In the cinematic one, we get glimpses of our new protagonists, Scott and Sarah Ryder, and the treacherous path they will face as they make their way into the Andromeda Galaxy, especially when they end up in the wrong location. The other video is a lot like the one we got last week, but a continuation of it too. The Andromeda Initiative's founder, GN Garson, talks directly to us as new Pathfinders, the people leading the missions to the new galaxy. The first official details of the game also came out this week via a story from Game Informer talking to Mac Walters, the game's creative director. From it, we learned about one of the new species called the Ket, who are those green bad guys with the basketball hoops around their heads. Game Informer noted that although the Ket seem to be antagonists in the trailer and in their preview, the developers said that not all of the Ket are meanies. In terms of friendlies, Mass Effect Andromeda will see the return of loyalty missions, where you'll learn more about your companions, and while they don't affect the outcome of the story, they will connect you more with the characters. Walters also told them about some new changes coming to the series with the new game. Just like in previous Mass Effect games, players will spec out their characters how they want, but this time, rather than picking a class, you can customize from the ground up, which gives you some new options. You can, however, pick from different profiles if you want to, which will give you a few bonuses. In terms of dialogue options, Game Informer confirmed that players will be able to choose from a suite of options, but that BioWare is making an effort to make it so that you aren't just seen as good or evil in a binary sense, but so that you have more nuance in the language you can use. Finally, they told them that this is not the start of a new trilogy necessarily, but he also didn't say what it would be. Footage of actual gameplay is scheduled to be shown on December 1st. Call of Duty Infinite Warfare sales are down 50% from that of last year's Black Ops 3, and it brings up a few questions. One would be, is this the downfall of Call of Duty? I don't think so. 50% down still means that it sold better than Battlefield 1 and Titanfall 2 combined in its first week, and while the reviews are lower than usual, it seems like it's a pretty competent game. But it also brings up the question of whether or not there are too many first-person shooters nowadays. Now that one, I think, has some ground. With Battlefield 1, Titanfall 2, and Call of Duty Infinite Warfare coming out within a week of one another, it seems like the market is inundated. Overwatch and Doom were both this year, as well as Battleborn. BioShock the Collection was this year too, and Destiny even got a new expansion. With Overwatch crushing Battleborn and the tragedy that is Titanfall 2's sales numbers, it seems like we are getting too many shooters, and people are either sick of them or just don't have the money. Whatever the case, I think people just need to find the few that they enjoy more than the rest and stick with them, or else you're never going to be able to play any other genre at this rate. The NES Classic was released on Friday, and it seems the micro console is doing well, but maybe not as well as it seems. Nintendo likes to create what's called artificial scarcity, where a store only gets a few consoles per shipment from Nintendo so that they sell out quickly. This makes people who see a console on the shelf more likely to pick it up because they think it might be their only chance. This is what they did with the original Wii, and that worked out pretty well for them sales-wise, but it is definitely not a consumer-friendly tactic. Nevertheless, people seem to be loving the NES Classic despite that infamously short cord for the controller. If you're in the market for one, it'll run you $59.99 and is available in moderation at Amazon, Best Buy, GameStop, and Target. The PlayStation 4 Pro also launched this week, and while we don't yet know how well it has sold, it seems people are mostly enjoying it. The reviews are good to middling, with complaints being that the upgrades are not enough to warrant a purchase, while others are loving the higher frame rates and resolutions made available with a 4K TV. It seems the console doesn't necessarily make all games better though, as the Skyrim Special Edition has been reporting more frame rate problems than the regular version. To make use of the PlayStation 4 Pro's hardware, games need a patch, and maybe that patch just needs a patch, that's all. But did you get a PlayStation 4 Pro? Do you want one? Let me know your thoughts in the comments. As for game releases, last week brought us Dishonored 2, which is getting insanely good reviews so far. Getting back into that world is super exciting. This week will bring Watch Dogs 2 and the first episode in the 3rd season of Telltale's The Walking Dead on Tuesday. Assassin's Creed The Ezio Collection will come out on Thursday, and Pokemon Sun and Moon and Killing Floor 2 will be out on Friday. we've got a really good week ahead of us that feels like it kind of snuck up on us. And since this is my own show where I can say whatever I want, I'd like to say a few words about our country and about games. Two men who have been known to think games are dangerous and destructive are in the White House now, and that's the least of my worries with them. They are both vile human beings that spread and stoke hate, but in these next 4 years, we can use games to bring us together, to escape if we need to, and to bring us hope. I believe that we will get through this, and that games will too. I'm Tyler Robertson. Thanks for watching. This has been GamePad.